37-year-old Crystal Alexandra Panelski is behind bars after 3 children were found living in a home alongside a deceased elderly woman and more than a dozen dead animals. On the night of Thursday the 16th of March, Horry County Police responded to a home at 8002 Highway 814 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a death investigation. Upon arrival, officers found a naked deceased elderly woman lying in feces on the front porch. Authorities have not disclosed the deceased victim's name, and an autopsy is pending next week. Officers then covered the body with a blanket before searching the home. Inside the residence, they found it to be in deplorable condition. Crystal, who's the owner of the home, had 3 children in her custody living in unsanitary conditions. Officers noticed that the hallway to the children's rooms were completely covered in garbage and feces, and the entire residence was infested with cockroaches. They found the kitchen infested with bugs, and the refrigerator was blocked with animal cages and trash. The bathroom was cluttered with trash, making it inaccessible. Police found 16 dead animals inside the home. Crystal was arrested and charged with 3 counts of unlawful conduct towards a child, abuse or neglect with great bodily harm of a vulnerable adult, 15 counts of ill treatment of animals including torture, accumulation of overgrowth vegetation, and vehicles required to be registered and licensed. She's held at the Horry County Jail without bail. 39-year-old Anthony Clark is behind bars in the alleged beating death of his 41-year-old wife Latonia Joy Clark. At 10:10 a.m. on Saturday the 11th of March, authorities responded to an apartment in the 9100 block of South Las Vegas Boulevard in Las Vegas, Nevada to assist medical personnel in a suspicious death of a woman with cuts, burns and bruises on her body. Upon arrival, officers were met by Anthony and Latonia's 2 children inside the residence. They then located Latonia's deceased body in her bedroom. Anthony told police that Latonia was out all day and came home all bloody at around 7 p.m. the night before. He said he went to check up on his wife during the night and she was in bed. He said that when he went to check up on her in the morning, he found her on the ground and not moving. One of Latonia's daughters said that when her mother came home Friday night, she heard fighting and loud stomping noises in her mother's bedroom. She said after hearing the noises, she saw Anthony leave the bedroom and close the door behind him. The other daughter told detectives that Anthony and Latonia were heard arguing early that morning, along with taser sounds coming from the bedroom. Investigators found Latonia's body in a defensive posture, with parts of her head shaved with several cuts and bruises. Police suspected that the cuts were made by nail clippers, and found nail clippers on the kitchen counter. The bruises and damage to her face appeared as though she had been beaten. Police found clumps of hair, along with blood-stained sweatpants inside a trash bag. They also found a bedsheet and washcloth covered in blood nearby. Their children later told police that Anthony beat their mother every night. Latonia and Anthony had been married for 15 years. The medical examiner's office determined that Latonia's cause of death was from multiple blunt force injuries, and her death was ruled a homicide. Anthony told officers that he believed he was being set up through his electronic devices. He was arrested and charged with open murder, and he's held at the Clark County Detention Center without bail. Anthony also faces 2 additional charges of child abuse or neglect. 25-year-old Trinell Brown was arrested Saturday afternoon for fatally shooting his parents. At around 1:30 p.m. on the 18th of March, deputies responded to a report of shots fired at a residence along McFarland Road in Spanish Fort, Alabama. Upon arrival, deputies located 2 victims inside a home with gunshot wounds. They were pronounced dead at the scene. During the investigation, detectives identified Trinell Brown as a suspect. They believe he went to his parents' house to confront them about an ongoing family dispute. During the argument, Trinell fatally shot both of his parents. After the shooting, Trinell exited the premises and told witnesses that he killed his parents. Deputies responded quickly after being notified about the homicides and took Trinell into custody. He is held at the Baldwin County Jail and is being held without bond on 2 counts of murder. No further information has been released at this time. A woman was found fatally shot in a car in Dallas, Texas on Thursday. At around 5:20 p.m. on the 16th of March, officers responded to a report of shots fired in the 4200 block of Tacoma Street. Authorities determined that 30-year-old Devontae Traylor, the driver of the Dodge Charger, shot Regine in the 1500 block of Duncanville Road, about 8 miles away. They did not say how they identified him as a suspect or provide any additional information about what led to the shooting. Regine is survived by her 2 children. Devontae was arrested and charged with murder, and he's held at the Dallas County Jail on a $1.25 million bond. He's also held on a misdemeanor charge of family violence assault from 2019, in which he's accused of hitting a woman. A 38-year-old man is behind bars and is accused of fatally shooting his wife in the presence of his 4 children, who are all under 9. At 11:23 a.m. on the 14th of March, authorities responded to an apartment complex in the 2000 block of West Fry Road in Chandler, Arizona on report of a domestic violence-related shooting. When officers arrived, they found a male suspect, identified as Muhammad al-Kurdi, outside the apartment with his 4 children. Officers searched the residence and found Muhammad's wife shot to death. Investigators said that after Muhammad shot his wife, he put her body inside a bedroom closet. A neighbour initially called 911 after Muhammad allegedly admitted to shooting his wife, and one of the children also told the neighbour that his father fatally shot his mother. The victim's name has not been released at this time, as notification to family members in other countries is still being conducted. Muhammad was arrested and charged with first-degree homicide. Child endangerment charges are possible as well. Muhammad has a criminal history of domestic violence and allegedly threatened a woman with a knife. The investigation into the matter continues.